Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to do a review on something that we've not done before, and it's kind of probably unexpected, not one that many people will talk about, but it's Huey Lewis and the News.
Fore
from 1986. Yeah. I mean, this is this is a fantastic album.
It's a hidden gem from the 80s.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we know about this album because of the film American Psycho. If you've not seen American Psycho,
watch it.
Great film, go watch it.
That was Christian Bale's film that sent him off.
Yeah, it's a breakthrough.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah, in the film he murders one of his business partners with an axe while basically giving a review of Huey Lewis and the News Fore. And he was it blasts out "Hit to Be Square." So that's where I first heard a Huey Lewis and the News song. Yeah. And then we went to the Leeds Record Fair and I saw it in the pound section. I was like, shall I pick it up?
We were joking around saying, just buy it. Might as well, it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. And it's actually a great album. Yeah. I remember putting it on for the first time. I was like, wow, this is actually really good. So, I mean, the first song, Jacob's Ladder, it opens with a snare drum, and then it's really nice, really great keyboard riff. Yeah. It's all this music on this album as well. It's really upbeat, happy music.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, even the lyrics, Stuck With You. The lyrics they're a bit down, but the music's just so happy. Yeah, you just can't help.
Jacob's Ladder is a really upbeat song. It's got a really good chorus. A lot of these songs have really catchy hooks and choruses. Yeah. They were a really good band for writing catchy songs in their prime, and this is them at their peak, because they did Sports a few years earlier, and that was there's a fun fact. There's actually a good fact about that. In 1984, there was only 5 albums that topped the chart in the US. I think it was Thriller, Born in the USA, Purple Rain, the Footloose soundtrack, and Sports.
Did Perfect Strangers.
No, it didn't. Not in the US. Not in 1985. But that was them making their mark. I guess it shows how popular they were. And then this went straight to number 1, this album. And Jacob's Ladder, actually, the song went to number 1. Yeah, it did. It was one of 2 songs to go to number 1. The other song that went to number 1 was the next song, Stuck With You.
That's the way.
Yeah.
I remember listening to that, and that was the first song that I liked off this album. Well, apart from Hit to Be Square and
yeah. I didn't know this song before I listened to the album though, but it's I listen to it every week.
I still listen to it regularly.
Yeah, it's such a good song. I mean, I've known this song for about half a year now, and I've played it so many times. It's just such an
doesn't get boring.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
It's such a happy song. I mean, the chorus is great. The verses are good. I mean, it's just such a happy. It's got a great groove. Great song. And
he's saying that even though she's annoying or whatever, he's still happy to be stuck with her.
Yeah. It's an uplifting message at the end of the day. It's just such a nice, happy song. If you're feeling down, just play this.
And play the whole album.
Yeah, your spirits will be lifted in some way. Exactly. And then the next song, Whole Lot of Lovin'. Yeah. It opens up with it's almost like a tribal caveman sort of chant.
There's a bit, and then it just goes
goes into the drum beat, and then it's a really good.
It's a very catchy chorus. Yeah, isn't a hook line.
Yeah. I mean, the bass line is really good, sort of walking bass line, really good rock and roll song. I mean, they sort of just blended rock and roll and doo-wop with just an 80s twist on it, really.
Much,
So they weren't really doing. They were just. I think they just you could definitely see what their influences were. I think.
Yeah.
And they just came out in their music, but they always had really nice, they had just such great melodies.
Yeah.
But this song, it's just sort of about how he's away from his girlfriend and he just can't wait to get home to her and get a whole lot of loving to do.
And the harmonies are great on every song as well. There's always backing vocals in every song.
There was really good harmonies.
They were
every
person sang.
Yeah, they were really talented vocal group. Next song,
Doing It All For My Baby.
Yeah, this is probably the most underrated song, I think.
Definitely.
I mean, it's
probably my second favourite song on this album.
Same here. After Stuck With You.
Yeah. Obviously.
I mean, Doing It All For My Baby. I think it got into the top 10 when it was released as a single, but it's not really a really popular song, but I think it should have been a massive hit.
Oh yeah, it
Power of Love. Because I think it's a fantastic 80s pop song.
But it only The Power of Love.
Oh no!
Right, yeah.
It's a great song. It's got a great melody to it, and the outro bit is so catchy.
But you never hear it in 80s clubs.
No, you don't.
Or they don't have it.
Well, you only hear The Power of Love.
Yeah.
I think they were really...
But that's only because of Back to the Future.
Yeah, but they're just a really underrated band. Like, they've got songs like this which sound like massive 80s hits to me. This song does. So
yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, and then side one, I mean, this is a fantastic first side.
It is, yeah.
But side one closes with Hit to Be Square, which is one of their most famous songs because of the film American Psycho. But it's just such it's such a catchy song, and like we said, like earlier, like that bass drum
towards the end is like there's like a break in the song.
And the drummer does like a really cool kick drum part, and it's just so good.
And it's a very strange fill, but
And at the end of the song, they sort of like just getting like hip, so hip to be square. Yeah, it's just all these songs are so catchy.
It's catchy, and it's simple enough to sing along to pretty quickly.
Yeah. And then we get to the second side, which opens up with I Know What I Like.
I thought it was Power of Love.
No, that's later on.
No, I thought it was the beginning.
No, it's not. I listened to it last night, so I remember.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it opens up with I Know What I Like. It's sort of, it has this sort of like cool guitar riff to it, and then it just goes into the song.
Yeah.
It's one of
the weaker tracks.
It's one of the weaker tracks for me, but I think all these songs are really good songs.
Still good, but
yeah, it's still a good song, but it's not one of the standout songs for me, but it's still a good song.
Yeah.
And then the next song is I Never Walk Alone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
This is also a really catchy song.
That's that Elvis song. Never Walk Alone.
You'll never walk alone.
You'll never
walk alone. That's the Liverpool chant, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I Never Walk Alone. I think I was trying to listen to the lyrics. I think it's just about him, like his friendship with his friends from childhood. I think that's what I was reading into it. But I mean, it's such a catchy song. You just sort of sing along to it without really thinking about it. And then the original US version only had 10 songs on it, but I think all the international versions, like this one, which is the UK version, had The Power of Love as a bonus song. So like it just like makes the album even better. Which is
takes up to about 40 minutes.
Yeah, which is by far and wide their most famous song.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of Back to the Future.
I mean, it fits perfectly well in Back to the Future.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, like Back to the Future, the film is the reason this song is so popular. But it's a fantastic song. It did get to. It's one of those songs that got to number one. But yeah, fantastic song. It's an essential song of the 80s. Like it's a defining song of the 80s, I think. Always played in 80s clubs, and it's always on those 80s playlists that you see on Spotify. It's just like a defining song of the 80s, really, and it's just a massive hit. Everybody knows it. Even if they're not a fan of Huey Lewis and the News, you know that song.
I don't know that anyone that doesn't like the song.
No, I don't.
It's just
tune. Yeah. The next song for me is actually one of my favourites. I think
it's Natural, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's Forest for the Trees.
Oh yeah, I've been listening to that quite a lot.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite songs. I think it's just such a.
It's quite an underrated song.
I think it's such an uplifting song, but not in the Stuck With You is an uplifting song because the actual music is really happy. But this song, I think Huey Lewis, he said he was inspired to write it because young fans would sort of write letters to him and say how their music sort of helps them get through tough times. And so he sort of wrote a song recognising them, and he sort of just, it's a really uplifting message. It's just like, get up off your knees, you can do this, you just got to get yourself back up off the floor, basically. And like, it's such an uplifting song. I think it's a fantastic song. I always feel so happy when I'm listening to it. Like it's a great song.
It is good,
yeah. And it's got a really good guitar solo to it, actually.
It does actually.
Yeah. I can play on guitar. It's a really nice song. But yeah, then the next song, Naturally, second to last song.
An acapella.
Yeah, it shows their vocal talents off a lot, I think.
Yeah.
And it's such a catchy song.
It is, yeah.
Especially with the boom, boom, boom,
the guy doing the bass.
Yeah. It really does show like their talent for vocal harmonies. They were really good.
Because it's hard to do harmonies, and then
hard.
They just do it, and they do it live as well.
Yeah,
a lot.
There's a video of them doing it on David Letterman live on YouTube. You should go watch it. It's a really.
Because you just like.
It's raw, and it sounds exactly like the record. But yeah, great song, just so catchy, and it's just basically about how his girls left him, and not everything's not the same since she left him, basically. And yeah. And he's trying to come back because everything will work out naturally. Yeah, basically. And then the last song is called.
Very nice.
It's Escape Me. Oh, it's as simple as that. That's what it's called. Yeah.
There's some backing vocals on that. Because he'll sing a line and the backing vocals. And it's really nice, that part. I do like it.
Yeah, it's a really good song. I think it's sort of them trying to sort of write like a middle working class anthem.
Yeah.
And it's not. I don't think it's really their style to write like that, but I think it's still a great song. I think it's a catchy song, and I always really like listening to it. I've got it on single as well. I should have got my singles out.
No.
Damn it! I should have got my singles out. I've got all of them on single. Well, not all of them, but I've got quite a few songs from this album on single. But yeah, it rounds out the album in a really good way, I think.
And the cover as well.
The cover, yeah.
No, that is about from the school.
Yeah, that cover is a photo shoot of them. It's outside a high school where a few of the band members grew up. It's where they actually went when they were kids, teens. So like it's just like got that closeness to them, I guess. Apparently, like the photographer just shouted like something, and it made them all laugh, which is why they're all like smiling, because apparently they were doing loads of photos where they were like just smiling at the camera and it wasn't the same. Yeah. So it's like a candid photo of them all laughing at the
genuine.
Yeah.
Not fake.
Yeah. It's a good album cover, I think. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our review of Fore. I think it's a great album. Definitely go check it out. If you've never listened to it, just go check it out. I mean, it's just I think it's such an underrated album. It's a great, it's a really underrated album of the 80s as well. It should get more attention. But it's just a fantastic album, I think. It's well worth a listen.
Even as a joke.
Yeah, even if you're curious, like I listened to it because I was curious from American Psycho, and then I ended up really loving it. I mean, it's one of my favourite albums at the moment. I always just listen to the songs off of it.
Then you got me into it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great song, a great album full of catchy songs. But yeah, if you've listened to this album, which would be very, very cool, let us know. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Hopefully people watch this video, because it'd be cool to see if people actually like Huey Lewis in the news.
It'd be nice for them to get more attention as well.
Yeah.
From this video, hopefully, if this does well.
Yeah. But thank you for watching this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Do you think you'll do another video soon?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I don't do anything else. But
Yeah. So maybe another video from James soon. I might do another video in the coming weeks. Yeah. So thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.